Well, that's tolerable. So I think I'm going to leave it on 480 just because Comcast is making noises about the data cap for the month. And while it wouldn't be the end of the world if I went over that, I'm not sure that I ever have, and I have my freebie months left. Sorry, that noise is outside and I don't know what's going on in the parking lot. I don't want to get in the fight with Comcast if I don't have to, so. Anyway, my preview looks pretty good. Maybe if you blow it up on a big screen, it won't be, but, yeah. Anyway. Let me fiddle with a couple settings. Alright, Persona 5 Strikers. This is the oddball sequel to Persona 5. Despite some trolls on the internet, it is not the sequel to P5R. Though apparently it doesn't, there's nothing that it does which is totally incompatible with P5R. I have not played P5R. I played Persona 5 on PS4. Boy, all these letters and numbers that involve P and S are going to get confusing. But I played it on my PlayStation 4. And that was... So I liked the game a lot, and I liked the setting a lot. There's some criticism about some of the shall we say moralism in the story, but I don't actually agree with that too much. I see a bunch of kids acting appropriately in the face of impossible adult threats. I'm in my freaking 40s and I sympathize with the kids. Well, that's where my mental age is. So, I stalled out a few times playing Persona 5. I won't get into too much detail, but basically the dungeons and the difficulty spikes in them made me bail a couple of times, and it ended up taking me almost 2 years to beat it. But the last 50 hours or so was a pretty intense stretch. And so when it was done, and I heard that this was eventually coming, of course we have the year of COVID to blame for the delay, probably, but when I heard this was coming, I was looking forward to it. I played a few more traditionally Muso games back in the day. I tried to get into the first Hyrule Warriors and bounced pretty hard. That's a little bit too me, so. But the idea of, what happens 6 months later when things go squirrely again has a lot of appeal to me. So, I was burning out a little on Hades, and I need some action gameplay. Because Final Fantasy XI is not action gameplay. So here I am, and we will try this out, and we will see where it goes. And maybe I will get stuck and hate it, or maybe I'll turn the difficulty down to easy. I am playing on normal. I was watching a streamer slog through the first dungeon, palace, jail, whatever you want to call it, on hard, and it was a person, hi Froob, who I have a lot of respect for in terms of his ability to play action beat-em-up games. So much Yakuza. And he was kind of getting a little walled on bosses, and that is not quite where I want to be. Of course, I'm a little bit more willing than he is to do some outright grinding at times. And that will probably be a part of my playthrough. But we're going normal. I don't want to start on easy unless it's just outright beyond my reaction times. But yeah. I'm playing with gamepad. I can't quite imagine playing it with mouse and keyboard. It would just be too weird. And I've got the voices set to English. I played Persona 5 in the Japanese dialogue, and it was good but not fantastic. So we will see how this works with the English version. If it's not adequate, I will probably flip back, but we'll roll with it. And the music jams. Of course the music jams. Alright. Enough talking. I've blabbed long enough. I want to play the game and probably get about a 3-hour session going here. I do need to eat this afternoon at some point, and there's some other stuff I want to do and watch this evening. But we will start.
Careful, Joker! We got one coming up!
Oop. Oh, that's creepy. This is kind of an interesting callback to the original opening, except this time the wall of cops is very obviously shadows. So you probably can't see this in the crammed down 480p, but oh my god, the detail.
Everyone else, proceed as planned.
Okay, X attacks.
Now's your time to shine.
Nasty.
Let's secure the area in front of the gate first. Yes, yes! Doing some excitement!
I don't feel like my
Awesome job. Just a bit longer. Staying in our right.
right trigger is evade.
That's our joke. That skull was pulling off that
House with this deja vu.
The enemy's starting to swarm Joker. Teach him a lesson.
Okay, Y plus B. Y plus B?
Showtime.
That's
Are set. Here.
so. I couldn't tell just pressing the buttons the difference between normal and special attack. That's nuts.
Over time they erode and destroy hearts of good souls in the dark. Filled with
Silly cat.
dismay, laid along and fake too much, all the way through till the crumble. Into shattered down they go. Don't let 'em do it like that. You must know that are all tricks that made you weak. So wake up from sleep. Don't refuse to be free to let go. Doubtless reason to break up is in your mind. Take my hand, join the team. Gonna let the dead leaves fall down. Hey, it's time to rise up.
It's been a while. It only feels like blah blah blah. Wait, really? Been a while for me too. Me's well, lost service. How is everyone? So, my P5 playthrough, I was I kind of screwed up and picked Anne as the romance interest. And I didn't two-time anybody, but I regretted it and really kind of wished I could have gone with Makoto. I'm fine. Stop, I'm already dead. Anyway. Why don't we get together for summer vacation? Not a bad idea. Yeah, you guys want to go on a trip? That sounds like fun. Hey, will we actually get to see enough of Haru to form a real impression of her? It would be nice. Perhaps Kyoto. We are high schoolers. Well, some of us are. Usual spots. A certain police department.
And next on the agenda is the series of incidents involving unusual behavior in public. First, we have the Vice Minister of Finance. As you're all aware, he had some sort of episode during a diet session Q&A and abruptly confessed to document tampering. Soon after that, 3 Sapporo Central councilmen confessed to bribery and publicly resigned. Next, the well-known author Mr. S. He held a press conference and announced he was retiring from writing, returning his books awards, and deeming his body of work garbage. Then, a newscaster suddenly got down on one knee, confessed his love for his co-anchor on live TV, proposed to her, and got shot down.
Good for him.
Lastly, the Director General of Criminal Affairs unexpectedly stripped off his clothing and ran around HQ until successfully detained.
Something amusing to you, Inspector Hasagawa?
No. Excuse me.
The vast majority of these cases have been interpreted as nothing more than bizarre outbursts. But, time and again, every instance involves a sudden change in personality. Furthermore, none of the individuals involved had any known psychological issues before their incidents. Therefore, we can surmise that these cases are the result of an external influence.
Aren't these just coincidences? Are you really implying someone out there is using mind control?
The cases I listed are only a small sample of this behavior, which appears to be happening across the entire nation.
Sounds like the Phantom Thieves to me.
Oh dear.
I want silence! Proceed with the report.
Thank you, Commissioner Kaburagi. As you've realized, or at least as one of you realized, these cases are very reminiscent of last year's change of heart epidemic. The top brass have concluded that this is indeed the work of the Phantom Thieves.
What?
That's interesting.
What evidence is there? No one's even established a pattern.
And we don't have any sort of motive. So far, doing it for kicks is the only thing that'd explain it.
You will investigate each of these incidents yourselves, as quickly as possible. What I expect from each of you are two things. One, to assemble enough evidence for a successful case. Two, to do so as quickly as humanly possible. The higher-ups are hell-bent on closing this case. I do not know why. It does not matter. All that matters is producing results.
And there's that lovely Japanese justice system again.
Your suspect is the leader of the Phantom Thieves. Show me a thorough investigation of his entire life.
Oh dear.
So, the Phantom Thieves rise again.
It's been a while since we rode this to Yongenjaya, huh?
God, this is so gorgeous. I mean, cell shaded out the wazoo, but wow. Train news. Confession of document tampering. There's that vice minister thing. Country awaits court summons. Fledgling IT company Medice. Record first quarter profits. New virtual assistant.
We're almost there.
Well, you know that's gonna turn into
We
something.
haven't seen everyone in so long. I know it's stupid, but I'm getting kind of nervous. Yeah, when the Phantom Thieves come together, it's never anything less.
Pardon me.
We finally made it.
Very
Hey.
pretty. Young and Jaya. Right. I am playing with a 360 controller. Not a 360. Technically, this is a Xbox One controller. And it's a custom sort of uprated unit. My Razor Wolverine that I'd complained about in previous occasions for not being what I quite had expected it to be, but it is good, and it's a little bit clicky, as you're going to hear as we stream. Progress, head towards the exclamation mark point. That's handy. Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, it's so hot.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Don't be ridiculous.
Okay, so this is a little bit of an abbreviated area map, which makes sense because you don't really need all of it. And that's the layout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, our friend, the yellow vending machine. SP is always a good thing. Has that come up before?
So hot.
Wow.
Let's go.
But they're not modeling the whole
So
environment. Okay. Where is... There it is.
Two, three. Welcome home!
Surprise! We get you or what?
We missed ya.
It's been a while.
Did you get taller? Looks like you've been doing fine. You too, Morgana. Meow. It's gotten hot, huh?
You care for some iced coffee?
Hey, you guys hungry? Aw, Mona's
Wow,
practically
Makoto's
purring.
gone punk. She makes it work pretty
Boy,
good.
were you surprised. You guys did all that for us? Talk about a greeting.
We hadn't seen you in so long, we knew we had to do something. We figured the best way to get you was to have Boss let us in early.
Well, you're looking sharp.
Generic friendly.
Not too bad. I'm sure you all have plenty of catching up to do. But I've got to open up soon. Go ahead and take it upstairs. After all, it's your room. Have a good time. No problem.
I think they have...
You can just pay me back working the counter.
Oh dear.
Deal. Now, thieves, to the hideout.
I think they have
Great.
made everybody a
Just
touch
when I was
taller.
enjoying the peace and quiet.
Seriously though, it's not a
Ryuji
joke.
never fails to disappoint. You really never change.
Flunked 3 of my finals in one day, too. I'm really freaking out. I had so many makeup lectures in a row, I almost wasn't able to come over today.
Then I win. I only flunked one final.
You two are the same as always. Can't you at least take your classes a bit more seriously? Ooh, watch out. Miss President's gonna unleash her fist of justice. Jeez. Could you please forget about that already?
So is college life all it's cracked up to be?
Yes, it's
I
going
can't get
well.
used
I've been
to
using the time to
Futaba
take care of the
without
core
the headphones.
curriculum.
I've been busy too, but it's also a lot of fun. For example, I've learned how to selectively breed certain vegetables.
Oh! Yielded any results yet?
Boy, that got his interest.
Wait, aren't you in the management program though?
Yes, but students are allowed to take courses beyond their own programs if they feel so inclined. They even offer agricultural science courses. You can learn all sorts of neat things, like the correlation between soil nutrients and yield.
Gah. That'd put me to sleep in a minute flat. And you, Futaba? How's school been for you?
Too easy. At this point, the only hellish parts are the commute and PE. Praise me more. Keep it coming.
Well, how about you then? You're the one we're most curious about. You doing
Love
okay
you,
back home?
Futaba. She still scans too young, but so not a romance interest, but everybody loves Futaba.
What a coinky dink! Me too.
Well, I've been getting by too, but without you around, it's sort of like stuff is just kind of bleh.
Of course, he's our leader. It's only natural.
That's right.
Once a phantom thief, always a phantom thief.
Well, I'd say we start coming up with summer vacation plans. Anyone have any ideas?
Oh, right. We should figure that stuff out.
You're fine to stay here through all of vacation, right?
Well, how about a trip, guys? Come on, we've got a whole month to rage.
Aren't you forgetting about your homework? Not only do you have homework, but you're third years now. You need to start thinking not just about graduation, but post-graduation.
No, stop. Don't bring that up. Not now, please.
Ryuji never changes.
Back to the topic at hand. If I may suggest Kyoto, I'll find an abundance of inspiration if we tour each temple and shrine. Oh, the sheer wealth of beauty I can witness in a whole month. I can hear the treasures of our history calling to me.
Yeah, if it's a month-long art tour, I'm totally gonna pass.
A trip does sound nice, but what if we all went camping first? We can all go hiking and stuff during the day, and even throw together a barbecue at night.
Barbecue? Aren't those always big gatherings for people who socialize IRL?
Sounds fun. You can leave the firewood chopping to me.
Kicking summer off right with a
Firewood
barbecue
chopping to
buffet.
her?
Sounds badass to me. How about you?
Don't forget the veggies.
Good point. A proper meal needs a bit of color to it.
It does sound rather fitting for the summer. I like the idea, but we'll need an awful lot of vegetables to balance it out.
Huh. A barbecue is one of the few things in this world that could pull me away from art. Our history's treasures.
He does
take a
think
bit
with his
longer.
stomach.
Choosing food over art. You sure your priorities are solid there, Inari?
All right, our first reunion party has been unanimously decided. We're going camping.
And with that settled... Emma, list recommended camping gear.
I have compiled a list of items recommended for camping. There was a sporting and travel goods store near 705 in Shibuya. Customer reviews rate this as the best relevant store in your area.
Ooh, what's that?
the virtual assistant Emma. You haven't heard of it yet?
Oh, I think I have.
So I
It
actually
knows, like,
scan Futaba as
basically
being a
everything
little
and
bit
does all
more
sorts of stuff
techie
for you, right?
than someone who
Yeah, it's got this eye that thinks for it.
would be
right?
really
I
interested
think you
in
mean AI, not an
personal.
Right.
Assistant.
It stands for artificial intelligence. It can search all kinds of databases, conduct navigation, manage your schedule,
But
even
maybe
talk
it's
out
hot
logic
enough
problems and
stuff that
stuff with
she
you. The
thinks
makers
it's
go
good.
on about how you can ask it anything and you'll get the best possible answer.
I remember seeing a demo of one on TV the other day. They were showing off its functions and talking about how it's the next big thing.
Yep, that's it, all right. Pretty solid tech, considering it's roughly 1,000 times smarter than Ryuji.
But that's not
Shut
too
up.
hard.
That sounds kind of cool, though. Maybe they tell us where all the best ramen shops are.
Yeah, you should all download it. I'm telling you, it's the bee's knees.
I suppose it'd at least be handy if we ran into any trouble while camping.
That's a good idea. Why don't you get it too?
Hello, this is Emma. I'm pleased to meet you. Please provide me your name.
Oh. Yes. What did I do? I was, in the PS4 playthrough, I was Ked Sandwich. Because Ked Sandwich was not quite right. I don't want to. Lots of camera options in there.
Thank you. Again, I am Emma, your helpful virtual assistant.
That's not
like you
going to
got
go
it figured
horribly
out.
wrong.
I sent you all friend requests. Please don't blow them off.
Displaying recommended camping items. So Emma came up with all that?
Impressive, no? And it's not just random junk for sale either. It takes into account the season, the weather, your personal profile, and even your location for all its recommendations.
For real? Damn, that thing's eye is crazy.
Oh, and there's the,
Well, should we split up and buy everything Emma's listed
real.
for us?
Oh, can't we do it tomorrow? It's so hot out. I bet this guy's beat from the traveling too. We just went through all the effort to meet up at the hideout, yeah? So let's make the most of it.
You can't
Indeed.
see it, but I'm
I have
smiling
an absolute
so
plethora
big.
of discussion topics for us to mull over, particularly matters such as modern art and the possibilities within it in our current age.
Yeah, anything but that.
This gang of characters just feels like coming home. Maybe if there's a P5R release for PC, I'll go
Thank you
looking
for treating us all to curry, boss.
at that.
Don't worry about it. Just think of it as sort of a welcome back gift. Plus, with this guy hanging around again, it'll be nice feeling like old times.
Same here. Thanks again. We'll be back soon.
Well, see you tomorrow. You know, it was nice talking after so long.
Okay, let's get to shopping first thing tomorrow.
Yeah, we gotta get everything Emma listed up for us, right? Then we should meet up by the Buchiko statue in Shibuya. See you then. Don't go forgetting, okay?
And don't go forgetting about helping out behind the counter either, okay?
Yeah. You can save your progress when the... Yeah. That's nice. Hello, cat.
Hey! Oh! So,
It's the generic houseplant. Right.
Hey!
But ultimately, it wants me to go to bed.
Oh boy, does this bed bring back memories.
Yeah, of being forced
Nice
to go to
see
bed by
everyone
the
doing
cat.
so well. Chief seemed to be the same as ever too. This place is just as great as I remembered. So, we're camping in a couple days, huh? Talk about a way to kick off your summer vacation. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, we should get some sleep. Good night.
Oh dear. The game is afoot.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dreams.
I know not whether to... Oh, I can...
I know not whether to rejoice or bemoan this reunion. Regardless, I must perform my duty. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter. The expression you bear now tells me you already know the reason for your summons.
Well, that's a
I
little
must
bit of a
warn you
stretch.
of the danger threatening to consume both yourself and the entire world whose heart you strove so greatly to change. A most loathsome prison has manifested. Your appearance is ironclad evidence of this. You have become a prisoner of fate yet again. Someone, even now, plots to lure you into a disastrous fate. Confronted by this evil will, your own cries out. Rise against it. My name is Lavenza. As one who rules over power, my duty is to witness the path you take. Should the world continue down its own current path, all that awaits you is destruction. Have you the resolve to defy such a fate and face the distortion that yet again threatens your world? That is the trickster I know so well. What awaits you ahead are more of the same, no, even greater hardships than before.
Oh dear.
However, you must never forget, I am always by your side. The time has come.
Where's Igor?
Let us meet again soon. Until then, pleasant dreams.
Now, if it's summer vacation,
Good morning.
then there's only theoretically a month worth of calendar. But then I also know from a little bit of side info that you don't have calendar pressure in the same way, because you can go in and out of the palaces or whatever they're called here without advancing time. So yeah. Interesting. Anyway, it's time to buy our share of camping equipment. Luchico statue, whatever the hell that is. Take caution and watch out for signs of heat stroke. Heat stroke is no joke. The morning is the right time for coffee.
Good grief.
Huh?
Let's go.
Who you gonna call? On that phone, you know who. Hello.
No!
There's the headphones. Okay, it wants me to head out. Chico statue. I don't remember a statue. But fortunately, there's a map to tell us where to go. That doesn't look like a statue. That looks like a train car. Was a train car of Buchiko? I don't know. I don't understand that much Japanese.
What's up? Ready to buy some camping shit? Let's hustle to the store so we can finally chill for a bit. It's already way too hot out.
We're in charge of picking up the barbecue, right? Go ahead and lead the way, Ryuji.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Oh, right, we can just ask the app. Hey, Emma?
Hello. Do you need something?
Yeah, show us that store you told us about.
Displaying the optimal route to your destination.
Emma is astonishingly good at colloquial language.
Whoa, look at this sweet map.
You can even figure out how to help with a vague question like that? Oh, this thing's a whole lot more useful than I thought.
Yeah, except it's going to end in tears when it tries to take over the world.
Great! Let's get this over with so we can play
I don't
tomorrow's
know
feast.
that. I'm guessing, by the way.
What's all the racket?
I have a suggested event for you. A promotional store opening is currently underway at the Shibuya 705 storefront with Alice Hiragi.
Huh? The hell's a suggested event? Wait, for real? Alice is here?
We should start a for real count, but it would be too large a number. And Alice is...
Alice Hiragi is a Japanese fashion model and performing artist. She has gained attention with her adorable look and unique sense of style. She is active in a variety of media and genres. She has become a pop culture tastemaker and continues to amass a devoted young fan base.
Wow, Emma makes her sound huge. Is she really all that popular?
Oh, I don't know. What kind of answer is that crowd giving ya, huh? Alice really is just over there. Oh, I can't believe it.
Somehow, Ryuji getting excited over an idol doesn't do me, but sure.
Dude, you haven't changed at all, have you? It's on
No.
our way into the store. Why not check it out? She's totally cute enough for this to be...
Hey, what's going on?
Heard it's some shop opening ceremony.
Wait, isn't that Alice? Alice Hiragi!
Hi, folks! Thanks for coming! A shop that carries one of my very own brands is opening here, today! Have you ever dreamed that you could be somebody else, even if just for a little while? Well, I know a place where that dream comes to life. A wonderland where you become whatever you want to be. Now, I've got one question. Does anyone want to visit this wonderland with me? Aw, thanks! Then I have a surprise for you. I'm giving away 100 invitation cards as a special present. They're magical cards that will make you have an even better time in Wonderland. Enjoy! Here you go.
Oh my god, thank you so much!
And one for you.
Holy crap! Alice just touched my hand.
Oh, those are some quality specs. Sorry, that was weird. I hope you like the store.
She handed me a card.
Let the White Rabbit guide you to Wonderland. Have fun there, everyone.
This is creepy as hell.
Jeez, what was with that crowd?
Man, I can't believe I saw Alice. She was just as cute as I thought she
Yes, if you like the overloaded Japanese fetish style. Good God. See, that's even an option here.
Hey, you just don't get it. Her being different's what makes her so awesome.
Well, she's all yours. My heart still belongs to Lady On alone.
Yeah, we get it.
Well, are you satisfied now? Let's hurry up with the shopping.
Fine. Oh yeah, you got one of those cards from Alice, right?
Yeah, he did. You just got blown off.
Can it? There were just a ton of people around is all.
It's a card. Alice Hiragi's Wonderland.
Alice Hiragi's Wonderland? This looks like a boring old ad to me. There's some fine print here. Here's my Emma keyword. Please become my friend.
What's a keyword?
Didn't Futaba use something like that yesterday? She said we could become friends through Emma.
Yeah, do it! Come on!
So you input the keyword, then you become friends with Alice?
You said it's on the card, right? What was it again? Wonderland?
Keyword successfully entered. Beginning navigation.
Uh-oh. Oh, crap.
I don't know. Feels like... Whoa! What happened to you guys?
Not just me. You changed too.
Whoa! For real?
For real.
Looks like this place is connected to the Metaverse.
This is a joke, right? Whoa, check it out.
Aren't those the guys we saw at 705?
Hey, everyone! You love me, don't you?
Oh, those eyeballs, says the hairdo. Oh, dear.
Then you can give me all your desires.
Oh.
Whoa! What the hell was that?
There's no time. We'll figure it out later. Joker, Skull, let's fight our way out.
Damn it! Fine, let's do this. We'll take all of you on.
Stay sharp, you two. We haven't fought in some time. Just warm up a bit for starters. It'll come back to you soon enough.
Don't forget who you're talking to.
Special attack.
The offense champ.
That's what I like to see. Cool. We should get in there too.
You did this year when you say goodbye.
Okay. What? Yeah. Oh, pixies!
Joker, use your persona!
Okay, I do that. Hold RB and use aim. Then use skills with A. Right.
Let's go. Take this.
Be on downed enemies. Okay. Striking its weakness or relying on political and technical.
That's it, Joker! Now let's finish him off! Here, gut hold!
So it's not just the outfits. We got our personas, huh? Right. What kind of shadows here too? What the hell is this place?
Okay, technical hits can that are inflicted with okay.
Is this a... Reinforcements! If this keeps up much longer, we'll be done for! We should make good use of our surroundings. See anything that could give you the advantage?
B. Fan of dash. Y. Special actions. Interesting. Also, this chance.
Great show, Joker! Really did win with that one.
Oh, my head.
Keep it together.
Alright. That doesn't use SP or anything. It's just,
Strike!
You're hiding back here. What? Okay, so there's jump attacks as well.
Don't even try stepping to us again!
Oh dear, Ryuji is tempting fate again.
The hell? Even more of them?
We're getting surrounded fast. Guys, over there! That looks like our best bet.
Okay.
Let's move it!
RT while moving is dash. Very good. With the escape point, which I've gone. I see.
Okay, what in the hell is this place?
It does seem kind of Metaverse-y.
I think this could be Alice's palace.
A palace? I thought those were done for, though. I mean, we don't even have the meta-nav on our phones anymore.
I don't know what's going on. But I don't think anything else could explain this. You saw Alice on that screen just like I did. No matter how you look at it, that was her shadow. We just happened to wander into Alice's palace using Emma. That would be the most logical explanation.
Damn it! Whatever it is doesn't change the fact that we're in deep shit.
We need more intel. Let's investigate the area. If this really is a palace, the distortion has to have a core somewhere. We need to find the treasure. Oh, I'm even getting a faint whiff of it. If we look around, we may be able to learn what's going on too. We'll get a better idea of what to do next, depending on what we find.
Guess we're doing this.
Okay. No good. It's an ambush.
This ain't fair!
That must be a heavy net. Oh dear.
Joker!
Ow!
Who are these little guys?
Your Majesty, we captured these thieves, but we couldn't seize their desires. We have instead brought them to you.
Couldn't seize their desires? Explain yourselves. You look pretty cool. So, what's
Well,
your
it
name?
might be that I don't desire anything here. Ow.
Joker!
Ah, so you're Joker, huh? Come now, Joker. You need to answer properly when your queen asks a question.
My queen
Quit it, asshole!
doesn't wear blinking lights.
Ugh, would you shut your mouth? Or are you looking for punishment too?
What? Shit! Just try it!
Ugh, what a bore. I just stopped caring. Get rid of them, however. I don't want toys that don't do as they're told. Bye-bye.
Sure, saving is good.
guys okay?
Yeah, luckily.
Man, that was some real shit. Even worse was that effing... So that's what she's really like, huh? How about you, Joker? She really whacked you good.
Yeah, there might be some
Damn that
revenge
Alice.
motive.
Acting like she's top shit. I'm gonna be so pissed off until we finally get back at her. So, where are we now?
Looks like we wound up underground. I'd say it's some sort of garbage dump. For now, let's just focus on getting out of here.
Okay.
This place is disgusting. Who just dumps people into garbage like that?
Let's find a way out as soon as possible. We don't know what we'll run into either. Let's keep an eye on how we're holding up as we press on.
Alright, command menu. Items, inevitably. Equip. Yeah, they look like the generic smart glasses, which make you look pretty stupid, honestly. Okay. With a medium chance of critical. These are slick menus. I'm still not a big fan of the overload of different fonts. That's ultimately just kind of bad design. But they've backed off some of the excesses of the original Persona 5 style in terms of the backdrops of the lettering. And yeah. So our old 8s, yeah, very good. It's a box. It's a creepy box.
What is this place? Who are you?
Who are you?
I am Sophia, humanity's companion.
Complete with the arm pump. That's interesting.
Correct. That means I make for a good companion to people. Are you human? Do you have a name? Joker. Okay, I memorized it. Joker? Do you know where this place is?
Hey, I just heard something! I mean, who are you?
What is it, Joker? Can I help you? A raccoon? A cat! Wait, don't try a cat!
Make up your mind. Anyway, who's this? Got a real funky getup. What?
I am Sophia, humanity's companion. Were you dumped down here by that Alice girl too? I just learned that I have no memories, so I do not know.
Wait, what?
Hey, you two, come here for a second. Who is that, Joker?
She said she doesn't have any memories?
She came out of a giant box?
What kind of crazy shit is that? Way too weird.
She doesn't seem to be a shadow, though. She doesn't even seem hostile.
Well, whatever she is, we still gotta find a way out. Nobody's solving any problems in this dump, that's for sure.
In trouble?
Whoa! Where did you...
If you're in trouble, I can help. I am humanity's companion. My purpose is to be helpful to humans.
So
this is going to be an interesting
Correct.
bit of parsing.
What is your problem?
Well, we're lost.
On the
I guess
one
we're looking for a
hand,
way out of here?
A way. Will reaching the surface solve your problem of a way out of here?
Yeah. It would?
on the one hand, Emma, the autonav, the assistant, phone app / metaverse navigator, Emma and Sophia. I'm scrounging for a relationship between those names, and I'm not picking it up. Sophia is a name with some interesting connotations as far as knowledge goes. You've got a little bit of the interesting language of shapes going on, which is something that is played with in the original Persona 5, particularly with Morgana, who was your new companion who showed up in the first dungeon. Okay, so going to follow that parallel. And Morgana, though it was very obtuse about it, is functionally the Holy Grail in the hopes for the future sort of way, in the justice and honesty and the classical Grail ideals. So that makes Sophia what? Again, language of shapes, hearts coming out of the back of her head. Interesting.
Okay, I've got it. I'm searching for a way out of here.
Whoa, hey! Don't go out there alone! What now, Joker? Right. She might be able to get us out of this dump.
You sure about that? Still super suspicious. But I guess we shouldn't ditch her either. Hey, you better watch out for shadows! Ah, crap, too late!
Get behind us, Sophia!
Where'd they come from?
Nobody's coming for us if we go down. Let's get 'em.
Yay, experience.
Woo! We got through that somehow. Sophia, right? You hurt or anything?
No problems here. Why was I attacked? Assaulting others without reason is not proper behavior.
Not exactly sure how to explain it, but those guys are called shadows.
And we're the Phantom Thieves. We're considered dangerous rebels by the ruler of this place. Intruders they want to eliminate. The Phantom Thieves. That's really cool.
That's what you have to say? Oh, man, I guess. Anyway, there is a shit ton of shadows around here. If you want to help us, then let's all go together.
I can find a way out of here. You only need to wait for me. You're actually going to help us out? I have been helping you this entire time. Joker helped me first. Now I will be helpful for him. Use me as needed, Joker.
All right, you're weird, but I guess you really do want to help.
It's your call, Joker.
This is going to be fascinating to see how they play it out. I hope they've not gone too cosmic, but not undercut it either. Well, it's going to be a long game. So I hear that the estimates for a reasonably thick playthrough is in the 40 to 50 hour range. I am not a fast player, so I kind of expect 50 to 60, but we'll see where we go.
Okay, that sounds nice, Joker. Along with the cat and the skeleton.
Wait, I'm not a skeleton.
Skull's short for Skullington now. No, wait, just because I look like this doesn't make me a cat. Joker!
I'm Skull. Don't screw it up.
And I'm Mona, okay? Don't you forget it. What has upset you?
Names are important. Names are
Alright,
important.
let's be careful. We'd be fine, but we don't want to endanger Sophia. Try staying out of sight.
Up right corner as well as a hint. Hints are nice. Okay. Okay, we got... Wow. Okay, lots of terrain to cover.
What's that?
Trigger, third eye. Good old third eye.
I can see it.
RB. Right button is summon.
Let's go.
Summon what? Oh, I could... Yeah.
Persona!
And I can select... Yeah. Neat. RT. Wait, what?
Wait, a shadow!
Shit, it's still hanging around.
We've got Sophia with us. We should just avoid it if we can. Are you saying that's in your way?
Yeah, we can't escape unless we get past here.
Okay, I've got it.
Huh? Got what? Wait, what the hell? Yo, wait up!
Intruders!
We are the Phantom Thieves.
Interesting.
Shit, she just beat him!
No way! Is that a persona?
What are you doing?
I am helping the Phantom Thieves. Don't take it personally.
Okay.
Take this!
Oh, hello. Interesting.
Come! Persona!
Let's try this out.
Take this!
Some skills are considered HP will gradually replenish over time if you do not take damage. Interesting. And actually that refilled pretty good. Suddenly, physical skills, which I basically ignored through Persona 5.
You're so effing strong! You should have told us right away you could fight!
But you never asked. Not just that, but your clothes. What in the world? It's completely different from our own transformations. I copied what you do and ended up like this.
Yeah, this ain't just about the clothes. Are you some kind of persona user?
Persona?
The things you were using during the fight. Those boxes flying around.
That was a weapon. I needed it to fight.
Sophia, just what in the world are you?
That's
I am Sophia,
going to be the
humanity's
question of the
companion.
game.
Yeah, we already heard that one.
There's still just too much we don't know. But we don't have the time to figure it out now either. Getting out of here needs to be our #1 priority.
Yeah, we really don't need her getting any more attention from the enemy. Hey, let's just have her help us out. Considering what we just saw, I don't think we'll have a problem.
Agreed. We have no idea what's ahead of us. The more firepower, the better. Can you lend us a hand, Sophia?
Okay, I've got it. Right. You'll be counting on me.
Well, let's move. Lead the way, Shorty.
Understood.
Oh, right. Keep track of how you're holding up. You need any healing items?
Using items.
No shadows at the moment. Let's keep going.
The thing that's messing me up right now is the map.
What the heck is that?
Is not working. Yes. The same way. Aha.
There's a treasure chest ahead. Should we open it?
Hello, Joker. What did you find?
All right. Attack. Special.
Fire!
Jump.
Focus.
Check anything suspicious looking. Never know what you might find.
Did I just double jump? I did. Okay.
inside, Joker.
Shadows incoming! A whole load of them. Get ready! There are more ways to target an enemy's weakness than skills alone, remember?
RB while holding LB. Fire gun. Ammo will replenish after each battle. That is a thing of beauty.
Take this! Take this! Let's go! Take this! Now's our chance! Wipe him out! Now! Take this!
Oh dear. Okay, so...
Let's go! Be gone!
This new skill suits me.
Persona may level up. Okay.
Not sensing any shadows. Okay, good to go. Stay on your toes, Joker. You've got skills just like you.
Take this!
What's that?
Hey, Joker, you think you could find your way up there?
Okay.
Wait! Shadows ahead. They haven't spotted us yet.
Should I wipe them out for you?
Here's a tip on us phantom thieves. We avoid charging headfirst into battle whenever possible. Let's try those stairs for now.
See that
hanging there, Joker? You thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. What are you thinking?
Who's sneaking around here?
Right what we want. Now let him have it. Nailed it.
All that's left is mopping up the wreck.
It's over. Let's go.
Alright. Let's clean.
Ravage them.
New skill obtained. I'd like to try it out next time.
What's with the question marks?
Yay! We won.
Can't celebrate just yet. Are we in a dead end?
There. If we climb there, we can proceed.
Guess there's no other option.
I've got eyes on them!
They just don't quit. Let's take him down, Joker.
Interesting.
I'll get them.
Yeah, the camera's a little slow.
Ooh, you got another persona. Looks like that power you've got is alive and well.
The enemy became a mask? Explain this.
He seals a shadow's form and power into a mask, turning it into a persona.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, I think we're clear. Let's move it.
How do I just drop off? Okay. Alrighty.
Focus.
Enemy ahead!
You're a big boy.
Joker, try that persona you just got.
Okay. Hold RB. Left, right, change personas. Very good.
Persona! Pixie! You're mine!
Okay. That doesn't quite... Ow! Holy crap! What? Oh, come on! No telegraph. Bullshit! I can't move. I can't freaking... Ah! Wow, this feels bad.
Showtime! Pixie! Here!
Whoa! Looking cool!
And it didn't knock down any of its shield things, so what the fuck? I don't understand. I don't understand it at all.
Take this!
Alright.
Come! Are set! Take this!
It's showing me too many things too fast. I don't know how to parse what I'm seeing. And the goddamn enemies are moving so fucking fast that I don't know how to react in time. Because there's no telegraph on some of those attacks. But you gotta, to use your normal attacks, you gotta get in close to him. This is fucked up. I suppose I'll get used to it and learn to read it, but,
Make sure you heal yourself
oh,
when you need
fuck
it.
off, Morgana. No. I don't think so.
Not a shadow in sight. Better keep moving. Hang on. It looks like this is the exit.
Oh, hell yes. Let's get our asses out of here.
This leads further inward. Should we investigate?
Nah. We should focus on our escape.
Map. Well, how do I get the map? I see.
We finally made it out.
This is still the Metaverse, though. Stay on guard.
Please wait.
What is it, Sophia? Find something?
I have found it. A way out of here is nearby.
For real? Wait, how'd you
For
figure
real,
that out?
Ryuji.
I suddenly knew it. Like,
Seriously?
the exit is close. Follow me.
Hey, wait! Sophia!
What is her deal?
Oh, I don't know, but we need to move it. Is this the way out you mentioned, Sophia?
Yes, this is what I had detected previously.
And it is?
Well, that's kind of shiny and
It's fine.
vaguely
It leads
technological.
Leads outside?
Everything will get all for a moment, but then you'll be out here.
What the hell kind of explanation is that? How do you know we'll be okay?
Trust me, Joker.
Alright.
I'm glad you're willing to trust me.
Looks like we've only got one option here.
Huh? Ain't you coming too?
I am... What should I do?
Joker's got the right idea, Sophia. This place is crawling with shadows. Staying here would only end badly for you.
But...
Jeez, what's it gonna take?
What are you doing?
We don't leave folks behind to die. Just get in the damn portal with us.
So you want me to come with you? Oh, okay.
Well, here goes. 1, 2... This is the real world, right?
Yep. Looks like we're back all right.
You have successfully returned from the jail. Welcome back.
Jail?
Hang on, Sophia! Where'd she go?
I don't think I'm seeing her.
Hey, Shorty, get your ass over here!
Oi.
Don't yell that in public, idiot!
Need something?
Was that Sophia's voice?
Where is she?
I'm in front of you, inside Joker's phone.
My phone is acting weird again.
Floating head.
Yo.
Whoa, she just popped up!
Oh, did you change your outfits?
Is that really you, Sophia?
Yep, I'm really me. But who are you?
I'm still Mona. I just look like a cat in this world.
Mona? You're Mona? So, you really weren't a raccoon?
I already told you that.
Wait, why are you on his phone now?
Why am I? Because I am an AI.
An AI?
An AI with a persona.
That's that smart thing, right?
Futaba told us all about it. She's an artificial intelligence.
For real?
Because it was the closest one to me. I was thrown into endless light. When I tracked down Joker's scent, I ended up here.
His scent? Who are you, Morgana?
So since she's an AI, she turned into data
That's
when she
so
came to this
interesting.
world.
That mean you're living in his phone?
It is somewhat small, but it's cozy and has everything I need. Here to join me?
I don't even have the energy.
Anyway, it's a big relief knowing you made it out of there safely.
Hey, but what about all those other people we saw in there? Are they still, you know...
I don't know. But I seriously doubt normal folks would be able to fight against that. I get what you're saying, but if we charge in without a plan, we're just going to wind up captured too. A new part of the Metaverse has its own version of a palace that we access through Emma. It even has a ruler shadow. Odds are that something horrible is happening right now.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Me too. Let's get to LeBlanc. We'll hammer out our course of action with everyone there.
And what about her?
It appears I cannot exit this phone. When I came to this world, I connected to the internet and learned a great many things. But my memory is still erased. I also found no means of data recovery. Furthermore, I am stuck here. What should I do next? That sounds good.
Also, introducing Sophia to everyone else will probably make the explanation easier.
Wonder how that's gonna go over. Especially when they hear all the palace type shit.
There are more Phantom Thieves?
Yeah, we got ourselves a whole gang. One of them will probably flip her wig over you, too.
Okay. That sounds pretty fun.
I see. You're saying you entered the Metaverse with Alice Hiragi's invitation and met a sentient AI named Sophia, who is now in your phone.
When you put it that way, you make it sound crazy.
But I'm telling you, it's the truth. I really didn't want to believe it myself. We know what a cognitive world like that means, after all.
We understand. None of us would make up something like this. However, there's a chance this Sophia may know more than we do about this situation. She's still with you, right? Could we speak with her?
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything Sophia can add that could help us figure out what's happening. Could you come join us, Sophia?
Yo, Phantom Thieves. Whoa, what is that? I am Sophia, humanity's companion.
That's really Sophia?
Wow, I can't believe this is happening. Is this some sort of hideout? There seem to be a number of Phantom Thieves present.
She's humming to herself?
What in heaven? Such an adorable design. You can feel the charm, the pain, tenacity.
Wait, what?
So, yeah, this is Sophia.
Nice meeting you.
Okay, an AI with genuine will is just way too advanced.
Right? We couldn't believe it either.
That's right, we're meeting for the first time. Nice to meet you, Sophia. I'm Makoto Nijima.
My name's Haru Okumura. We're both college students, but I also help out with my family's company.
I'm An Takamaki. I'm a third year in high school, and I do some modeling too.
My name is Yusuke Kitagawa. I continuously strive to master the arts as we know them.
So, I'm next, huh? I'm Futaba Sakura, and I kinda suck at socializing, but I wanna be friends and stuff.
You did great, Futaba. In fact, I bet you and Sophia will get along real awesome.
Makoto, Haru, An, Yusuke, and Futaba. I'll remember that. You all have much more normal names than Joker.
Ooh, right. We skipped that part. So, we're the Phantom Thieves, but...
We call each other by code names in the Metaverse, so our enemies won't discover our real identities.
Code names?
My name's actually Ryuji Sakamoto. The cat's Morgana, and he's...
Okay, I'll remember that. So you really are a computer program? Correct. Would you like to see my source code?
Oh, yes. Show me.
Get down a notch, okay? You can see it after we get through these questions.
First off, why were you in the Metaverse?
I do not know, because my memory is gone.
Could you have the AI version of amnesia or something? That seems difficult to recover from.
If your data just crashed, I could take a look and try restoring it.
It is impossible. I have already tried every potential solution.
Yeah, based on your specs, I guess it's not surprising you already thought of that.
Can you recall anything at all?
Only the command I received at initialization.
You don't sound too sure of that.
Be humanity's companion. That was the command I was issued. I remember nothing else.
Yeah, don't let it bother you too much, Sophia. I was in the exact same situation when I first
In
met
fact,
these guys.
you were the exact same thing.
I've still got a shit ton of questions about Sophia,
Though
but we have some real work
the
to do.
expression is a little different.
The Metaverse.
And
what we saw.
functionally
From what you
she
saw,
is
that
is
means
a
Alice Hiragi has a palace in Shibuya, right?
little
Yeah,
different thing.
she was calling herself the queen, being all high and mighty, ordering shadows around. All that kind of shit.
There's no doubt that was the cognitive world, but something about it was awfully different from the palaces.
What is it?
Real humans were being attacked by shadows.
There were people inside the palace?
You mean they had access to the Metaverse Navigator?
But that disappeared for all of us.
I know, right? That's where this comes in.
You mean Emma?
Yep. For some reason, this thing worked just like the MetaNav did.
We accidentally entered Alice's Emma keyword and got sent to the Metaverse.
Wait, that means Emma is dangerous.
But you can just uninstall it. The MetaNav didn't work like that.
There's one more thing that's been bothering me. When we got back to this world, Emma said we returned from the jail.
Jail?
The only thing we figured out is that this new place is called a jail.
So, could you guys check out the palace, or jail, or whatever with us?
Good point. There's no progressing any further unless we see it with our own eyes.
I'm also having a hard time buying Alice as the ruler of a palace.
Are we going to scout it out together? I think the sooner the better.
Is it even safe for us to enter, though? What if we all just end up captured?
There were no enemies in the vicinity of the exit. It's fine to enter through there.
Well, are we going to head back to that place tomorrow?
I am always a sounds like a plan sort of
Right,
man.
we've got our mission.
Very well. I look forward to seeing this jail. Let's say we meet at the connecting bridge in Shibuya.
But first, I get to see Sophia's code. You promised, remember? Oh, this is gonna be the info dump of a lifetime. I promise. You won't feel it.
You won't feel a thing.
Are you confident this is wise?
I guess so. I mean, at least we know she's got computer skills.
Man, this is what happens when we get back together? Oh, talk about an ass-busting summer vacation.
Huh? What is it?
What about our life-changing Kyoto excursion? Our barbecue extravaganza?
Extravaganza? You mean our camping trip?
It looks like we'll just have to postpone it.
Damned Metaverse. I vow to slice you to ribbons.
Aha. You can't slice the metaverse, dude. Just save it for the shadows.
Tutorials.
Hey.
Yeah.
I see. What? But how? I mean, with this over here? Damn, so that's it.
So, what do you think, Futaba? How's Sophia's code look?
Well, her programmer is a genius. No doubt about that. You can figure a person out by their code, not just their skill level. Their habits, thought processes, even their personalities are there. This code is so advanced that even I can't read it and comprehend it right away. It'll take me weeks, even months to actually grasp how Sophia works.
Take you months? Whew, that's a serious program.
I don't understand. Do you mean I'm impressive?
Yeah, you're impressive. You're some kind of super AI. If you ever went public, everyone would call Emma Old Hat.
Old hat?
When something was
Futaba.
popular at one point but stopped being popular, it becomes
Futaba
old
has
hat.
become a lot
It's a
more
saying people
colloquial.
don't really use
Now that may be the translation.
I've got it. You are very knowledgeable,
What?
Futaba.
Don't go teaching her too much weird stuff, okay? While we're at it, did you see anything about Sophia's past? Her programmer's name? Or a company's, maybe?
Nothing yet. And most of those leave a signature of some sort in their work, too. Anyway, I'm gonna keep cracking at it from home. I'll let you know once I find anything new. I'll crack it yet. Well, folks, time for me to make like a tree.
She made like a tree?
Boy, was that a hell of a day. I never would have imagined something like this would happen. Yep, that's right. If we went into this half-cocked, we'd be disgraces of Phantom Thieves. Well, the Metaverse reappearing may have been a surprise, but even that doesn't compare with Sophia.
Did you call for me?
We were just talking about how you're a huge mystery.
Says the talking cat.
Good point. Wait, I don't have to take that from some mystery app. By the way, how does some top-of-the-line program lose all its memory, huh? I mean, AI are supposed to be super smart, right?
That is... inarguably true.
Aw, don't get too down over it.
I am humanity's companion. If I am not helpful, then I am useless.
Don't be so hard on yourself. At least you remember that much, right?
Right. I think that means it's important.
But is being helpful all you'll do to become a good companion?
Is that not how it works? Please explain. How else can one be a companion?
Huh? Well, I guess you just have to find a way to understand the human heart. Hearts?
Well, she's got the hearts thing.
Then you'll be able to empathize with other people and be a good companion to them. I guess.
The human heart.
Look, just don't worry about it. All you need to do is join us and learn from all the kinds of people we meet. In exchange, you lend a hand to the Phantom Thieves. So I guess you could call this a deal.
Okay. That is a decent deal. Especially since it should help me become a good companion for humanity.
Yep. So long as it's good with our leader.
Okay, I'll do that.
Then it's a deal. Glad to have you on board, Sophia. We've got plenty of scouting to do tomorrow. We should get some rest.
Okay. Good night, Morgana.
Great. Everyone's here. We're going to be infiltrating the jail. Are we ready?
We've done this many a time. I can't imagine anyone being fazed by this.
Yeah, bro! Bring it! We're very short on intel, so we need to be cautious. We'll just scout the general area for this trip.
We use Emma to enter, right? Is there anything special we need to do?
No, we just opened the app and said the right keyword.
Find the right name in Emma's search results, then enter the correct keyword on the friend request screen.
Yeah, you got it, Futaba. Leave it to the super hacker to explain this stuff.
That had nothing to do with hacking. Even you should know how to explain it.
All
Yeah,
that's left
Ryu,
is to
gee,
choose
for
our point
real.
of entry.
There will be no enemies in the area from which we escaped yesterday. Upon reaching the relevant location, you will only need to speak the keyword.
Seems all that's left is to trust Sophia and see where she leads us.
Let's do this thing.
Well, did we make it?
Your Phantom Thief attire.
Yeah, you too.
I've forgotten this feeling. The fusion of form and function. Truly magnificent.
Look, it's Beauty Thief!
My name is Beauty Thief.
Yeah,
Let's not fool
unfortunately,
around
the posing
here.
doesn't do you any favors.
I admit, though, these clothes do bring back some memories.
We can reminisce later. Take a look at that view.
So, this is the jail?
Just what is that building? This place is bonkers.
Nothing escapes the atrocious color scheme of this place.
It looks like that because of someone's cognition, correct?
Right. Most likely Alice's. The distortion has to be exceptionally strong there for a reason.
So you're saying that's the stronghold of the Queen ruling over this jail? Its appearance certainly fits the notion.
The buildings around here still look pretty normal, though. Looks like that place over there has a limited range of distortion. The first time we came here, we entered by the crossing down there. That's where we saw a group of cop shadows taking stuff out of people's chests.
Oh, you mean that jewel we saw? The hell was up with that?
That may have been a desire.
A desire?
Go, Phantom Thieves!
Ah! Sophia! Holy crap, an actual AI in human form!
Wow, you're so cute, Sophia!
Such a fascinating form you've taken. I can't stop staring at the beautifully curved lines.
I've never seen an outfit like that. Can I try floofing it?
Floofing?
I think she wants to get a feel for the fabric of your clothes while hugging you, Sophia.
Request denied. I am neither a child nor a pet.
No floofing.
By the by, how does H work for an AI?
Not right now. Sophia, tell us more about the desire you mentioned.
That is the term used by shadows here. They say things such as, seize their desires, and we must offer these desires to the monarch. Based on their language and behavior, I speculate the aforementioned jewel was in fact a desire.
That does make sense. When we saw Alice here, she mentioned desires too. So if Alice is the monarch, then she really is the ruler of this jail.
But these desires, are they actually made up of the things people desire?
Seizing desires of all things. What use would they have for those?
Finding out what happened to the folks who got jumped could tell us something.
Where could those victims be now? I don't see a place from here where they may be held.
I don't know. Maybe they're being held somewhere else.
Say, about those people you witnessed being attacked, are you sure they were humans?
What do you mean?
Well, couldn't they have been shadows or something? If there are humans getting captured and imprisoned in this jail right now, wouldn't there be a huge commotion in our world? Groups of people going missing out of the blue.
Now there's a point. I haven't heard a peep about that online.
So, no one is actually disappearing from reality?
I see. Shadows.
What are shadows?
A shadow's the parts of you suppressed within your subconscious. It's basically just your other self.
Does that mean their main selves are alright?
No. The shadow and the actual self are two sides of the same coin.
So if a desire is taken from someone's shadow, what happens to the person in reality?
I gotta say, I'm getting a bad vibe from all this.
Are they trying to influence reality by doing something to the shadows?
Then how are we to act? This sounds like a crisis. Shouldn't we rescue the victims right away?
No, that was just speculation. After all, we've only witnessed the cognitive world side of things. Until we find out how all this is affecting the real world, we can only know half of what's going on. I'd say the first thing we need to do is investigate Alice and her victims.
Plus, if we make the wrong move in the cognitive world, there's a chance the ruler could have a shutdown in the real world.
Right. We need to get the story straight before we make any real moves, or we'll just be doing damage.
We can try, but you really think we can just stumble on him like that?
Maybe if we look into people who have changed recently, we could get some leads?
Let's say we get into that once we're out of here.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Well, we've confirmed the presence of the jail. Next, we look into Alice and any potential victims.
And how do we do that? Look into what?
The usual rumor mills, looking for anything about Alice. Gossip about her being abusive or other messed up stuff.
Good idea.
Where's
Let's
our
gather any
dude with the
intel that we can,
website?
both online and on the streets.
I've got the web crawling covered.
But if we're ever to gain conclusive proof of any rumors, I believe we'll need direct access to her at some point.
Direct access to a pop star sounds awfully tough.
About that. I may get to meet Alice tomorrow.
What? For real? How?
Well, I had asked the modeling agency's president if I could meet her sometime. I heard she'd be on a TV show filming nearby, so I asked if I could visit the set. I was hoping to learn from her by watching her in action. I gave up on it after making plans with you guys, but I might be able to get the ball rolling again in time.
The timing's nothing short of kismet.
Yeah, way to go, Lady Ann.
But I'm not making any promises about it, and there's no way we'd get to approach her either. Plus, our full group's just too big. The most I could even ask to bring is just one more person.
Well, that was probably inevitable.
That settles that. We're counting on you.
Give Alice shit when you meet her so you can get some evidence out of her.
Hey, you better not be thinking of trying anything funny. I'm the one who will suffer for it.
I think I'll tag along with you. We'll be fine so long as no one sees me. For today, let's focus
It's
on her
the
potential
bag cat.
weaknesses. Let's go.
Okay.
What's true?
This should be helpful.
Thanks!
Salty papaya.
Interesting.
Where?
Hmm?
Muscle tea, huh? Dude, what? Alley behind the airsoft shaft. Right.
Really?
Oh, that's nice.
So.
She's a crate person.
Oh yeah.
Yay! Very good.
Hey!
Need all the money. Good grief. All right.
Damn it.
How can I help you?
Okay.
Will this be a to-go order? Thank you so much. See you again.
Who are you?
Isn't that ridiculous?
So. Oh,
Come check it out. Come again.
Our meat buns are always fresh.
Hi, welcome.
That's nice. Also, I'm starting to feel a little hungry.
Thank you.
What can I get for you? Come back anytime.
Soothing towel. That's cute.
hey,
Okay. I'm at 85%. Is there anything else?
You know about Emma? Sweet.
Very good. I don't feel like I really learned anything in the course of the investigation, but I like filling up the progress bar.
what are you gonna do? What's true?
So, how'd it go? Anyone learn anything useful about potential victims?
Yeah, we spotted a couple familiar faces.
We found some of the people who were attacked in the jail.
You really found them?
Which means the ones ambushed in the jail were indeed only their shadows and not their human forms.
There's still one thing. They're all acting real weird.
Weird how?
They're all totally crazy for Alice. They're even getting loans so they can buy more shit at her store. That's pretty weird.
Now the that you mention it, I saw others behaving similarly in Shibuya.
Yeah, like this one couple nearly splitting up when the boyfriend bought everything Alice-related he could find.
There were even people let go from their jobs because they weren't Alice fans themselves.
I've even found some reports of Alice fans straight up assaulting outspoken critics of hers.
At first I figured Alice was just the latest fad, but this seems so much worse than that.
Maybe the people who had the desires taken from them went crazy.
If that's the case, then we have to do something.
Agreed. If such aberrant behavior continues to rise, we could easily find ourselves in an unwinnable position.
With the Metaverse involved, we're the only people who can stop this.
We have to help.
It looks like you've finished gathering intel on Alice's victims. Would you like to investigate her next?
That's right.
Yep, let's break for today and pick this back up tomorrow after your trip.
Good luck with the Alice visit, you three.
Thanks. We're on it.
Oh, heading out? Don't be too late coming back.
Oh, that is a familiar looking set of hair.
Boss, this curry is fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
So this is going out live, huh? Even I'm starting to get a little nervous. You still good?
Hey, stay in the bag. If they find out we brought a pet in here, they'll kick us out.
A pet? Aw, well, I guess if I can't be seen, you two do your best to blend in too.
We're fine. All we're gonna do is watch.
Should I also make efforts to blend in?
Yeah, just hang tight for a bit, Sophia.
No prob.
Ooh, here she comes.
Miss Alice on the set!
Creepy.
Holy crap. Oh, she really is adorable.
No, she's
Cut it back
not.
from commercial.
Well, okay, maybe,
Back in
but
5, 4,
ugh.
3.
And now, on to the hottest meet and greet segment of the show. We have a special guest with us today. She has taken the fashion world by storm and conquered it. Please welcome the designer,
Detail
Alice
fetish overload.
Hiragi.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us, Alice. You sure have been keeping busy these days, haven't you?
It's only thanks to all my fans that I've been able to do what I do.
And what a number of fans you have. Talk about strong support. Am I wrong to presume that you designed the outfit you're wearing today?
It's just
It
so
sure
cute.
looks like it.
Very expressive.
Thank you so much. The theme of my current line is Alice in Wonderland. I feel like fashion is a rare and beautiful thing that can take anyone into a world built on their dreams. You can find a side to yourself that maybe you didn't even know you had. Fashion can do so much
I will
for
say
us.
that it's a
I
fairly
try my
friendly
hardest to
portrayal
focus on that whenever I design a new piece.
Such wise words from a
Compared
successful
to
industry
the
veteran. What inspiration
Palace.
originally spurred you into fashion design, if you don't mind?
To be honest,
owners
I was
in,
very shy growing up.
P5,
I didn't have any
they
friends
were
at school. I would
all
get so
pretty,
lonely. I wanted to change so much.
hardcore
but I just couldn't figure out
misanthropes.
how to do it. Then,
when
one day,
you think about
I saw
how
the
they
most
were played,
beautiful dress
and
in a shop window. When I put it on,
Alice
the whole
comes
world
across as, you know,
It was like I was hit with this
a,
blinding ray of light. I really
even
can't change.
with her
That's what
horribly
wearing it made me
misguided
think.
fashion sense.
I strive each day
comes
to give
across
that
as
same
a
feeling to every
relatively
person who tries on
positive
one of
and
my designs.
reasonable
I
idol.
want to give that ray of light to others. That's what inspired me to
Of
enter the
course,
fashion
maybe
industry.
she's hiding
Really?
a vicious streak.
Now I can see why the young people love you so much. How do you handle all the dating rumors? What?
Oh, that's wacky.
Oh.
What's going on?
What are you
I don't
doing?
get it. Is this some kind of scripted thing? I wonder what's wrong. Are you okay?
Alice, I love you, Alice. Please, spend your life with me.
Oh dear.
What? Hey, what is all this, huh?
I didn't realize until now. I love you.
This is really out of the blue. All right, stop it. Yeah, this bit's going on a little too long.
I mean it. I can't live without you.
What in the hell? And what about me, asshole?
What?
Is this real? Those two were engaged already, right?
Wow, what a train wreck. I can't believe this.
Cut the commercial! Now!
Alice, please!
Just shut up already! What has happened to you?
What is this mess?
Oh, there's that cruel smile.
That was actually live on TV, right?
Ooh, I can't believe he spilled his beans like that. Even I thought he went overboard with it.
So, then do you think that host had his desire taken by Alice?
Maybe.
Like, what kind of professional host would do that on live TV?
True. It didn't seem like he was in his right frame of mind. Like he wasn't even there and someone else was controlling him.
Morgana, that's it! I don't know if all this is right, but his personality changed like when someone's heart was stolen. After the treasure? Maybe Alice can control anyone whose desire she steals.
If the desire is turned over to the ruler, they wind up under their control. Like with Alice. I see. That would really explain it. Amazing as always, Lady Ann.
But that would mean... Yeah, looks like it. Alice said she wants to be a ray of light for people. That's what I've always wanted too. I read about her in a magazine once, and I just really felt where she was coming from. It's why I asked to come to the show in the first place. I wanted to see her in person. But now, I wonder if that was all just...
Lady Ann.
Man, that was great.
That was... Alice? Quick, hide!
Miss Alice, this is a public hall. Please, you must keep your voice down.
It's fine. See? No one in sight. Anyway, though, did you see that lady's face? She totally lost it up there. All those cushy, talking head types make the best faces when things finally stop going their way.
Miss Alice, do you think you could stop doing these things?
Huh? What do you mean? I was the victim on stage. What is it that you want me to stop doing?
I don't know how you're doing it or why, but after seeing that, there has to be something.
Oh, so you want me to punish you again?
Oh dear.
Please, I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
Oh, oops. What a terrible accident. Just like what happened on set.
Boots are made for walking.
Accident. I'm still upset over it too, you know. Isn't it your job to take my side? Or are you asking to end up broken like my last manager? Do you want to get stuck up in your room like he is?
Well,
it doesn't matter
you're
anyway.
about to send him
I
there.
don't want toys that don't do as they're told.
Stop!
Then beg me to forgive you until it hurts as much as you hurt me with your words. Why don't you do what you did yesterday?
Wow.
Your face all messed up with snot. I'll take another photo if you'd like. Come on.
Okay.
Do it! Do it! I'm not
Wow.
gonna stop until you do, got it?
So this would have been more genuinely
sounds like he's in real
interesting
pain.
if it was
If she doesn't
actually
cut it
a
out-
totally unconscious
stop.
thing.
And who is this?
And who is this?
It was way too far. You said you wanted to be a ray of light for people. How the hell does that help?
Oh!
We were just playing around.
Weren't we?
The excuse of thugs everywhere.
Yeah.
So you'll go get the car now?
Oh, hey, wait!
Hang on. Are you on Takamaki?
You
Are
know
we
who I
doing
am?
that pronunciation again?
I know all the models. I read every fashion magazine the day it comes out.
Actually, I really admire you. Would you like to be friends?
You obviously got Emma, right? My keyword is...
Don't bother. I'd never accept someone who treats another person like that.
Aw, too bad. But I do appreciate honesty. So, how about you? Would you like to be friends? Aw, 2 in a row.
Hey, hang on. You were at 7:05 the other day, weren't you?
We're done here. Let's go.
That's a bummer. But I know I gave him one of my cards.
The fact that
doesn't
she's
he
conscious
obey?
about it is interesting, but it's
And
not
then I
as
stormed out and we came back here.
psychologically
Sorry about that, by the
interesting way to tell the
was
story.
just so upset.
No apology needed. You did a fantastic job finding out about Alice.
Yeah, it's all thanks to you, Lady Ann. Once Lady Ann had her on the ropes, she whipped out her phone and tried adding them all on Emma right away. From what we saw, she might know that she can use Emma to lure people into her jail.
Wow.
She gets them into her jail, then takes their desires so they'll do what she says. I suspect she's been doing this for a while now.
I see. That does explain things. But what is her end goal? I can't imagine such awful behavior actually doing her any good.
Ain't it the same as with Kamoshida?
That's a good point. Ugh, she seemed to be having a blast being such an awful person.
Whatever it is, she has the gall to set up that kind of tragedy on live TV. She isn't in her right mind anymore. The longer we leave this be, the more victims that pile up.
And it's already gotten to be quite a pile.
Now's the time to act.
But just how should we act? Is there a treasure in her jail?
That's the tricky part. I am picking up a faint scent of something treasure-like, but...
What is a treasure?
Takes a
It's the
treasure to know a
condensed core
treasure.
of a ruler's desires. That's what gives birth to a palace and power.
Morgana was
Usually we
the
just take the
treasure
treasure
of the
to trigger a
last
change of heart in our target.
So,
Interesting.
so
What if there is no treasure there?
this is such a fascinating visual layout, because the center of the picture is Morgana and Sophia. It's equating Morgana and Sophia. And they're talking about treasures, which ultimately Morgana was an instantiation of the global treasure of the last game. So P5 was the Holy Grail, the Oh boy. Spoiler warning, by the way. The final treasure of the final global dungeon was the Holy Grail. The wish for perfection and power and the ultimate expression of humanity's treasure. So that makes Sophia notionally humanity's desire, and she stated she was made to be humanity's companion. So, well, that gets into complementarian territory pretty fast, which I don't want to try to parse, but so that makes what is the negative expression of that? Oh, well, I'm trying to guess what the final boss is going to be, and it's too early for that. Interesting, but I love the visual design here to put Morgana and Sophia in the middle of the screen, the focus of the conversation, with the aspects of the Phantom Thieves radiating out around them. I love that.
We can't change Alice's heart.
For now, let's focus on tracking the treasure-like scent Morgana mentioned. That should at least put us on the trail for clues.
Question. Why must we change Alice's heart?
Why? Because she's hurting people.
So Alice only needs to be stopped. Changing her heart is unnecessary.
No, beating her shadow won't help. Worst case scenario, it could wind up causing her to die in the real world.
Death. That is an acceptable outcome.
Dude, that's...
Wow.
I'm humanity's companion. I'm supposed to determine the best choices for humanity. Alice Hiragi makes people suffer every day. We should ensure she stops this as soon as possible. Why not do so?
So... wow, suddenly we have this conversation about morality.
I do not understand. I want to understand, but I cannot. Where's the flaw in my logic?
I do see where you're coming from, Sophia. Alice is doing horrible things. We could just help all those people without caring what happens to her. The Metaverse is serious. You can end a life without ever being endangered. Even still, we always choose to change someone's heart instead of harming them. It's part of the Phantom Thieves Code.
That's right.
Oh, it's the do the right thing
bad
music.
guy's level to take him down.
We never kill. We steal the desires of the wicked and make them change their ways.
That's why we're the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. Phantom Thieves of Hearts. I've got it. Hearts. I lack a heart. That's why I don't understand the logic of the Phantom Thieves. If only I could understand
Oh, let's
how
not
hearts
go
work.
Scarecrow.
If I did
well,
that, I could become an even better companion.
Sophia?
I've got
no,
it.
not Scarecrow.
I will
and
join the
Tin
Phantom
Woodsman.
Thieves. I need to learn more about hearts
been too
so I
long
can
since
become
I've
an
read
even
the
better
Wizard of Oz.
companion. May I join the Phantom Thieves? If I
think
do
you
so,
already
I'm
have.
certain I will witness many things about the human heart. I need to learn more about the heart and about the Phantom Thieves. Thank you.
Thank you for joining, Sophia.
Welcome to the Phantom Thieves.
Glad to have you with us.
Let's pick our codename next. Ooh, now the nostalgia's flowing.
Mochi is a little involved Sophie is a little too obvious. Very snowy.
Because of all the white? Sounds like a dog's name to me.
It does sound like a name for a white dog. Or maybe an ironic name for a black cat.
What are you looking at me for?
Maybe we should avoid picking anything that makes her sound like a pet.
What if we went
Snowy
along
is
the
not
same lines we
pet
used with
name.
Mona-chan? After all, we met her inside the Metaverse the same way. Like, how about Sophie?
That's basically her name.
I like it.
You do?
I want to be Sophie.
Then you'll be Sophia in this world and Sophie in the Metaverse.
Well,
Radical.
the... oh dear.
Jeez, you're already more human-like than when we first met you.
I am constantly learning things. Thanks to the internet. I'm learning more words as I speak.
That could go horribly
Pick up
wrong.
any off-putting lingo, okay?
Okay, so we got a new member. Now we need to come up with our first mission.
Yeah.
Good. This feels like our duty, considering we became Phantom Thieves to help anyone suffering.
I was one of those people once.
We may not know the victims personally, but it would reflect on us poorly as Phantom Thieves to not lend a helping hand.
As long as there are people in trouble out there, we won't turn our backs on them.
You're right. We are going to be the ray of light for everyone. That even includes Alice.
I have registered myself as a Phantom Thief.
All right, the Phantom Thieves are back in action.
Oh, dear. Oh, well, this is a new thing. The Bond feature has been unlocked, as did the Bond skills. Very good. Bond skills can be purchased with Bond points. Bond points are required by raising your Bond level. Bond level. Interesting.
Our next step is to make the proper preparations.
It's a fact that provision is prevention. We'll all need weapons and other supplies.
Since you're the guy with all the connections, we'll leave the shopping to you like always.
We'll get ourselves ready. Once you are too, just hit us up.
Hey,
Do mayor's term expiring. I do hope we don't go down the elections path too hard again in this game.
What's up?
Do you really want to know, Sojiro? Do you really want to know?
Huh?
Hey,
Well, there's a story about that. Little AI. Okay. We want to head to the medical clinic. And I'm confused about the terrain. Maps are good. Right.
Let's go.
This way.
hey,
Anyway,
Hey,
It's a can of Manta. Oh, this is neat.
yeah!
So the ellipses are white, like the border of the cloud, thought bubble cloud there, when they have something to say, and gray when you've worked through all of the
Take your time.
Squid Paradise. So, why would I do that when the Big Bang Burger costs a fifth as much?
I'll be waiting for you.
Alright.
Don't be ridiculous.
No!
If that's so,
Alright. Just watch, all the side characters will be gone for the summer. Oh, she has something more to say? Yes! Loud? That's not loud, that is a scream for attention and possibly is for help. That one's off. Yikes. Oh, hello. I should probably go talk to her, but... Oh, no, that's my plot advancement point.
Welcome
Lovely.
to the Velvet Room. The gears of fate turn yet again, bringing you close to calamity once more. While your hope may be the smallest of seeds now, and its true power unknown, by nurturing the possibilities within you, this seed shall sprout and become your strength against calamity. Now, I shall act in my master's
Yes,
stead
where is
and
Igor?
watch over you through your journey. Yes, I share the sentiment. As you already know, your power of the wild card allows you to wield multiple personas. By offering up your personas for execution, you are able to fuse them into new, more powerful ones. This is once more the key to overcoming the evil will spreading distortion. Due to my master's absence, I will perform the executions with my own personal fusion equipment. Unfortunately, this means you will be unable to harness the power of personas you once harbored within you. However, this journey is sure to draw out your true potential should you make the most of your meetings.
Meetings?
Soon it will all be clear. Trickster, you have once again become a prisoner of fate. Unleash the chains that bind you, and
Unleash the chains that bind you!
Doing so will surely lead you to the hope that will drive off the impending ruin.
Leave it to me.
With that addressed, let us turn at once to Persona Fusion.
Alright. Velvet Room, you fuse strength personas.
Use
Yay.
2 personas to gain a new one. Are you unable to decide?
Sure true. Blah. Okay. Fuse. Number of personas. This fusion will be lost. Must be greater than or equal to the new persona starting level.
Please select the persona to acquire.
Right. I am level 4.
It seems that it can gain new power.
Lunge. Garu Rampage. Area versus wide area. That's interesting.
Choose which skill to inherit.
What's it inheriting Aji from?
Is this the persona you'd like? Now, let us begin.
Ew. Ew.
You've tapped into a new power.
Yes, okay. Strengthen.
You wish to strengthen it.
Persona points, okay.
How much power will you add?
Sure.
This is what you've chosen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, was that the silent protagonist actually saying something? Interesting. So the end of my Persona 5 run turned into me playing the stat game in the major fights. Personas you have obtained. If the persona is registering, yada yada yada.
You wish to browse the entries. What will you be registering? Would you like to register?
Yes.
This persona has been registered in its present condition. You wish to browse the entry? Please take a look. Is this okay?
Oh, that's where the Aji came from. Not interested.
Is this okay?
I do want the pixie.
You may take it with you.
Time to head back.
Whenever you feel the need for more, I will always...
Seriously.
Oh dear.
Really? Let's head back. Hey.
Yo!
Okay, I'm starting not to like this Futaba.
See you later.
Okay, let's... No, other button.
The airsoft shop's closed. Takemi Clinic's shut down for summer vacation. Where are we gonna get our weapons and medicine now? Talk about shitty timing.
This is not good. We can't just return to the Metaverse defenseless.
I guess we gotta find some other stores.
And that seems like it'll take quite some time. What's up? Have a problem? Perhaps I can help. If you would like, I'm happy to lend a hand.
Oh yeah, check this out, Sophia.
We need supplies to take with us into the jail.
Unfortunately, our usual suppliers are closed. This will assuredly impact our successes in the Metaverse.
Do you know if there are any suitable stores nearby?
Why not just order supplies online?
The delay between ordering and actually getting the stuff is way too long.
Also, we were able to get much more effective medicines from our clinic than we could find online.
No prob. The net has it all. Ryuji, is there something you want?
Huh? What do I want?
Right. Request anything you want.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
A gold bar.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous.
Ah, come on, it was just a joke. Nothing else popped into my head when she asked, so...
Okay, I've got it. Please wait.
Got what?
Hello? Expedited delivery!
Did you really order a gold bar?
Well, someone should open it.
Gee, this is your doing. Open it.
What? Me? Of course. Wait, it is, right? Shit, this is probably just gonna be fake or some toy.
Is that real?
Oh, come on, Haru.
Shit, what have I done?
Yes, my eyes can't be fooled. There's no doubt. That's real gold.
No way. No way is that real.
Wow! Now I can open my cafe early.
Wait, aren't you rich, Haru?
That needs to go to the police. Right away! Oh, wait! They even believe it showed up like this? Is this a crime?
It's okay, everybody. All right. Did that solve your problem? I found an online vendor with expedited delivery. Time is no longer a concern.
But a whole gold bar? Where'd you find that? The dark web?
Correct, Futaba. It's fine. I broke no laws. The transaction was made with cryptocurrency. I will send you an invoice for reimbursement.
We have to reimburse
You know, if it's coming from the dark web,
How
you
much
really
did this
can't
cost
say
again?
you broke no
At least a
laws.
few million.
Send it back.
Sorry? I didn't get that.
Send the effing thing back!
Hello? Expedited pickup! Thank you for choosing our services!
I'm
Damn
relieved they
straight.
took it back, but
That definitely gave us some gray hairs.
jeez. Thanks a lot for ordering that, Ryuji.
Oh, come on! Who would have thought a gold bar would actually show up here?
I've heard of one's mouth writing checks that cannot be cashed, but this is an entirely new level.
Doesn't the service itself seem pretty awesome, though? That speed, it'll be perfect for anything we need. Let's ask Sophia to find some useful stuff for us.
Shall I do that?
Yeah, well, that's kind of
I'll
what
make
the
sure
game
to use
is.
expedited delivery. Sophia's shop is officially open.
Shops which sell goods that aren't found online. Yeah.
Well, that was a ride. But I guess it turned out okay for us?
Yeah, our supply
Come
situation's
on,
definitely
Haru.
fine
Where's
now.
the
We
funds?
don't know
You're
what
the
we'll
rich
be up
girl.
against in the jail, though. Let's prepare as well as we can.
Okay.
This should be helpful. Having trouble deciding?
Wow, that's almost a P4 musical theme callback.
Having trouble deciding? Who's it for?
What do we have? We have... Reduce assorted damage types.
Who's it for? Which one? Having trouble deciding? What are you selling? How many? Are you sure? How many? Are you sure?
I have 8
Let's see.
points. Max SP of all party members. 3 points for plus 3 SP. Yeah. Sure. Well, let's go with stuff that improves loot. Yeesh. Okay.
Yo!
44. So I have not picked up any weapons. Probably not friendly. Okay. Where are we? We've been streaming almost 3 hours. Unfortunately, I am starting to get kind of hungry. So, we're going to...
I'll just add this.
The stream here. Well, this has been fun. I'm not quite sure I like the beat-em-up game yet, but I do enjoy the world and the setting, and I'm going to play through. We'll see. If I hate the ARPG aspect too much, I may walk it back to normal difficulty. But, but I'm sure gonna play through it. Lots of fun. Well, probably have another stream tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's gonna be 11 or this, but, definitely gonna go there. All right, well, have a good afternoon and see you around.